Motor, J Motor, J Motor, J Motor, fucking name. Heckler house, Heckler house. Oh, 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 oh.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, we just have a few things to talk about this week. The big thing that I saw was, which we all knew it was going to happen. It was just inevitable. You know, I don't care. You know, the Democrats lie out their ass time and time again. You know, this whole, I'm not going to pardon my son or any of my family BS, you know. Of course, Biden pardons his son and shit. You know, he knows he's on the way out. So, you know, it was all BS. You know, he pardoned his brother, blah, 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 because they were all in on it. And then the media, the mainstream media is all like, oh, justice has been served, they pardoned him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? So the real crooks, you know, the real criminals, you are all okay with, you know. But, you know, they'll go after an innocent man like Trump with no evidence when they have plenty of evidence against the Bidens. But whatever. Justice was not served. That was a big thing I saw. Another, I wouldn't call it huge, but apparently there's rumors that Elon is he just going to buy everything? Elon's supposedly going to buy Hasbro, D&D, you know, Transformers, all that shit. You know, supposedly he's going to buy I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not, but I think it's funny because the lefties are losing their mind over it, and I'm like, why? It's just D&D and Transformers and shit. What? Why would you be losing your fucking mind over Hasbro? That makes no sense. But whatever. Apparently it has something to do with how, you know, how D&D has gone really woke. So he's going to save the company from being woke. I don't know. Well, but of course he could do this with video game companies too that keep going woke, trying to do the DEI crap and all that nonsense, you know. I think it'd be funny if he fucking bought Sony, to be honest. I'd love it. Or Microsoft, if he bought you know, the Xbox, blah, blah, blah. I think it'd be funny. Anyways, I saw that shit too. So what I really want to talk to you about this week, I'm still working on a few TV series, so I ain't got one finished yet, done being watching yet. Hopefully by next week I'll have one done. What I really want to talk to you about is, so the box office's numbers for the movie Wicked or whatever, that piece of shit garbage that no one, I really mean this, no one likes this movie. They hate it. However, the box office numbers for the first weekend was really large. And the only reason why, literally, they found out that the only reason why these box office numbers are really large is because a lot of feminists and a lot of simps took their girls to go see this movie. It's like the Barbie thing all over again. Everyone hated Barbie. Everybody, except for the feminists. But they took their little girls, and the simps took their girlfriends, so they get some pussy, because it's the only thing out for like a date movie. They used it as a date movie. The same thing with Wicked. It's the only reason why the box office numbers for the first weekend are that large. But since everybody's seen it, everybody's come out and done reviews on the shit, and it's garbage. Nobody likes it. Everybody hates that movie. But anyways, the other thing is, you know, I've seen in the past few weeks, I've seen a lot of crap about the whole Snow White movie and how it's going to bomb because Rachel's a piece of shit feminist. You know, she's not even white, which it literally describes Snow White as snow as white, or white as snow. They've messed up the dwarves crap several times. They've had to do reshoots and all kinds of crap. The movie, you know, she trashed like tons of people. She called them dog shit, pieces of crap, and everything else, when she's the piece of shit. And that's the way feminists are, lefties. They don't give a fuck about anybody else but themselves. Me, 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 me. It's always the same. But anyways, that movie's gonna bomb. It's Disney. Go figure. If you want to hear about all the other crap she's pulled, Rachel's pulled, Zeb Wiggler, or whatever the fuck you want to call her, you can go check out other channels. I'm not going to sit there and go full detail on it. The other controversy is Disney's Marvel is doing a Silver Surfer movie, and they're going to gender swap Silver Surfer. Now, Silver Surfer is a herald for Galacticus, a huge villain in the Marvel Universe, like godlike villain. But anyways, there's been a few different Silver Surfers over the years, but I can't remember the guy's name. The main one, though, you know, like Galacticus promised to save his wife if he became his herald or some shit like that. I can't remember. You know, I'm not real huge, big on that character. I do know of him and stuff from other comics, but, you know, I never collected anything with Silver Surfer. So I don't know his entire backstory. I just know a little bit, bits and pieces. But yeah, they're going to gender swap him. Now, in an alternate universe, there is a herald that is female, and her name is Nova. But that's not what they're doing. They're literally swapping out the man who is Silver Surfer and using a female instead. The other thing is there's been a lot of controversy over them coming out with this. I don't know why Disney keeps doing this, but Disney keeps making a live action movies of their cartoons, and I don't know why. It's kind of silly. I could see one or two here and there, but they're literally doing it to all of them. They decided to do a live action of How to Train Your Dragon. They race swapped one of the main characters and put a black girl instead of a white girl in there. which is dumb because everybody knows who that character is. So it's going to bomb because of that. And they know it. Let's see, the last one that I think they're working on the, what is it, MoMA, whatever. They're working on that live adaptation too with The Rock. And I think they're also working on, from what I saw, I don't know if it's completely CGI'd or they're doing a I think they're doing a live action version of Lilo and Stitch as well. Like, I've seen the trailer for it, but it just showed Stitch. It didn't show anybody else. So I don't know. They need to stop with all the live action crap. It's getting retarded, ridiculous. It's just dumb. But yeah, that's all I have for you on that kind of shit. People are sick of the remakes and all that kind of crap. These live adaptation of these cartoons, we don't need all of them. Like I said, one or two every once in a few years is fine. But you don't need, and why do they keep doing all the new shit? Like, why can't they do live action adaptations of the older cartoons? It's all new crap. But anyways, I digress. We don't need them. I wish they'd stop doing them. Alright, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Okay, movie holics, this week is Action Week. And the first one I watched was called Next of Kin. It was done in 1989. It made about $16 million. It starred Patrick Swayze and Helen Hunt as the lead female. You also had Liam Neeson in this. You have Ben Stiller, Alec Baldwin, a few others. Basically, the story goes, there's three brothers. Bill Paxton, he plays the younger brother of Liam and Patrick. I forget what their characters' names were. Anyways, he gets killed by, like, the Italian mob or whatever. That's what they tried to portray him as. This one guy, Alec Baldwin, he plays like the main henchman for this Italian mob boss, and he kills him. He didn't know who he was, but he later finds out that he's Patrick's brother, which is a cop. Patrick Swayze plays a cop. and they consider his family and a bunch of people he knows from like Kentucky, I think. They live out in the hills. They call them hillbillies. But he's living in Chicago in the city or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, Liam finds out who kills his brother, younger brother, and he's like going after him because they have this code or some shit, an eye for an eye kind of crap. So he's going to go kill Alec Baldwin's character, Joey. I think his name is Joey. He's going to go kill him. Well, it stirs up trouble between Patrick and him and then the mob guys because, you know, Patrick's playing a cop. He's trying to do it by the law. And Liam's not. He's just out for blood. Anyways, he ends up fucking shit up. And Patrick gets pissed. So he goes in and he goes to take him down. And come to find out, the mob boss finds out that Alec Baldwin's character kills his son because his son was a witness to the murder. But he tries to put the blame on Patrick's family, and it causes problem towards the end, and you know, the guy dies, the Joey character gets killed. I'm not going to tell you how. You can watch the movie if you want. It was a pretty decent, and that's the end of the movie. You know, the Italian mafia and the hillbilly family, you know, they're square at the end. Anyways, it was an okay movie. It wasn't bad. I mean, it didn't have like a shit ton of action in it or anything. Couple fight scenes, and that's about it. It was alright. It wasn't bad. It's worth a one-time watch. I give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Wasn't horrible. Wasn't like the greatest thing either. But it was decent. It's worth like I said, it's worth at least a one-time watch. You know, you have some decent actors in this. Go ahead and watch it if you want to, if you're looking for something to watch. The next movie I watched was called Pink Cadillac. It was done in 1989 as well. And it made about $12 million. It starred Clint Eastwood and Bernadette Peters, which she was a good looking broad back then. I'm surprised I don't know much about her. She looked familiar, but she obviously wasn't that huge of a star back then. But she's a good looking chick for back then. The story is her husband gets into they're not white supremacists. They're like, I don't know what the hell you would call them, you know. They're almost like, you know, neo-Nazis or some shit. And they shoot guns in the hills and crap. And that's pretty much all they do. But, you know, they hate other races, kind of, blah, blah, blah. Her husband gets involved with this group. And he's helping them fake money. God, I'm trying counterfeit money. No, sorry, I was trying to figure out the word for it. Counterfeit money. He's laundering. He's helping them laundry. He's got like the last batch. He's a nobody. He's a deadbeat, and she's got a baby with him. She decides to leave him and take the baby and take the pink Cadillac that he owns. He owns a pink Cadillac, and she steals it or takes it with her. Well, come to find out, this group, he had like a suitcase full of the con money or the counterfeit money. It was the last batch, but all the money they've already laundered was in the back of the Cadillac. She didn't know this, but she later finds out about it. Well, they try to blame the counterfeit money on her, so she gets arrested for it. This is just before she left him and took the Cadillac and the baby, but she gets blamed for it, and she wants a bail bondsman, and she obviously skips bail. So enter Clint Eastwood. He's a bounty hunter, and he goes after her. Eventually catches her, and they get in a lot of run-ins with this group trying to get her in the baby back, because the husband shows up and steals the baby, takes the baby from her. So Clint Eastwood decides to help her get her baby back, which is with this group, and they eventually get the baby back and get out of there. And that's, he saves the day, blah, blah, blah. They go home, and the group gets busted or whatever, blah, blah, blah. End of movie. It's not a bad movie. It's all right. A little comedy here and there. A little bit of action, especially when they're up in the hills or the mountains in the compound. They get chased and a big old firefight happens. But anyways, it's a decent movie. It's not bad. Yes, some decent actors in it. Definitely a one-time watch. Check it out. It's Clint Eastwood. Usually, most of his movies are pretty good. So, at least a thumbs up. So, there's one scene in the movie that kind of throws you off, and it don't make a whole lot of sense. About halfway through the movie, or close towards the end, getting near the end of the movie, Roy, the husband, and one of the henchmen that's stuck with him, they go to the mother's sister's house because the sister's holding on to the baby during a good portion of the movie. They go there to wait on him because they're pretty sure that the sister, they don't know where the mother is. So they're waiting on the sister so they can get information from her. The sister does finally show up, and then they wait there for the mother to show up because they're pretty sure that she's going to show up for the baby, which she does like an idiot. And Clint Eastwood lets her talk him into it. So they go there for the baby, or when they show up, the henchman, he pulls out a gun and waves it at everybody. Everybody chills out. He tells Roy, because they tell him the money's in the car, or Clint Eastwood tells him the money's in the car. He tells Roy to go check. He says, honk the horn. Clint Eastwood gives him the keys to the pink Cadillac. Remember this, the keys to the pink Cadillac. Gives him the keys to Roy. Roy goes checking for the money. He honks the horn. So the henchman, he's fixing to leave, and then Clint Eastwood shoots him in the back. Now Roy comes to help, and when he does, he grabs the baby. He's going to take the baby with him. So they leave with the baby. Here's the odd thing. He has the keys to the pink Cadillac. But instead, they get in the sister's car and take off in the sister's car with the baby. Roy's driving with the baby in his arm, in his lap, while he's trying to drive. And I'm like, where the fuck did they get the keys to the sister's car? Because they didn't have them. He should have been driving the pink Cadillac, but he didn't. It made no sense. Now, understand this. Clint Eastwood and the mother, they go after him. But here's the thing. They don't have the keys to the pink Cadillac, but yet they're able to drive the pink Cadillac. Make that make sense. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. It's still a good movie. It's just that one scene I was just like, what the fuck are they doing? That makes entirely no sense. You know, one has keys, the other doesn't. They take off in a different car. It made no sense. It's a good movie. Check it out if you want. It's worth a one-time watch. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions, if you know any underrated movies or super B-rated movies that you think I may never even heard of or might know about, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below. I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So, until next time, I told you to be told the truth, and you've just been told.